Hello, Music Worcester fans. Adrien Finlay here with the triple or quadruple threat, Milad Yousufi, composer, pianist, artist, poet as well. Right, Milad?
Yes, kind of.
So, as many of our fans know, Milad was introduced to Music Worcester and to our Worcester community last year during the residency of Simona Dinnerstein as he studies with Simona at the Mannes School of Music. And Milad, I think my first question for you is, where are you right now in your timeline? You're coming to the end of studies at one institution, but you're gearing up for grad school, no?
Yes, that's right. So this week is my last week of the undergraduate school, and I'm very excited. And I applied to graduate school, and I got accepted into 4 grad school colleges, and I'm very excited that my name is in the wait list of Juilliard. So I'm very excited to choose which college I'm gonna go next. So
Well, we don't want to add undue pressure, so I won't ask you to tell us the other 4, okay? But all the best for getting off of that wait list. But what would this be for you? Would this be a master's in composition?
yes, that's right. It would be a master's in composition, and at Manus I applied for double degree piano and composition.
Oh, so you could continue to study with Simona then, huh?
Yeah, that will be wonderful. And Simona kindly and generously offered that she can still teach me if I pursue something else, even in other colleges of composition.
Oh, that's just fantastic. So I know right before everything got shut down here in the Northeast, we were literally going to come down and get you from New York City to come up to Worcester for your week-long spring break. You were going to spend that here in Worcester this year. We were calling it a MIDI residency, and you were going to be engaged in the community in many, many ways and speaking to quite a number of groups here in town. And obviously that wasn't possible ultimately because of this shutdown in coronavirus. But I was curious to just ask you a few questions about the piece, which by the piece, I mean the commission that you wrote for the Burncoat High School Orchestra, directed by one of our Music Worcester board members, Meredith Lord. And this was a commission from Music Worcester to you to write this piece for Burncoat, following up on last year's piece that you wrote for South High Community School Band. But again, it was possible thanks to Simona, as so many things are. And I just wanted to ask, how is it when you get a commission? How exactly do you take a commission and go? It seems so open-ended to me. Where is it possible to start?
It is a very good question. As a composer, I have a different way of writing music. Is I start with poetry, and then I paint from poetry, and then composition, which makes the process easier for me. I don't start like right away from writing music, which so it's like I have a synesthesia, so I have to start with somehow with colors, so that I can have a vision what I would like the piece to sound. So I start with poetry, and then I do a painting afterwards, and then I compose music.
That is quite amazing. I've never heard anything like that for a creative process, using so many art forms at once.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to be
Gee,
able to use.
gee, so does that mean there's a painting out there somewhere that you made that was your ultimate inspiration for the piece you wrote for Burncoat?
Yes, there's, and that painting is in Worcester now.
Oh, that's right. I should have mentioned to everyone watching that in addition to Milad's work with the Burncoat Orchestra that was scheduled for his spring break week, and with meeting with several community groups, he was also going to have a week-long display, an exhibition of his latest artwork at the Worcester Jewish Community Center here in town too. And we're going to have to work on rescheduling that, Milad, because I'm sure folks are going to want to see now what's there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So how did you go further with the commission for Burncoat? where did the name come from? Where did the inspiration come from? What came of the musical content? Where where did that all come from for you?
Yeah, that's a very good question. In fact, when I write a piece of music, I do not compose right away. So I stay distracted most of the time, and there are themes that are in my mind all the time, and these themes are inspired in one way or another from some events on some memory. So whenever I have a commission, I have those themes written down already. So I just take the theme and develop it and then orchestrate it for a bigger or smaller orchestra, so that's already there. So um, and I've been also asked this question from another friend of mine and mentioned like, how can you compose so many melodies, like, and they're all different. And I mentioned that they're already in my mind, and I try to and I write it down, and when I have a commission, I sort of write it for a bigger orchestra.
And so the title of this piece is?
It's Kabul Nights. I mean, I'm very homesick these days, not these days, but since I came. So whenever I write pieces, I dedicate it to my family and my homeland. So that's a very special piece for me.
Oh, jeez, jeez. Well, Milad, we hope to hear that piece. We hope to hear that piece very soon, and we hope to have you back to Worcester so that you can work with the students at Burncoat. It was one of the great attractions of this week-long residency that those students were not just rehearsing something for their upcoming ratings festival, but that Meredith Lord, their director, and the students were all going to get to work with you, the composer, on your piece.
That will be very exciting. I'm so looking forward to it.
So we will be sure to inform all Music Worcester supporters whenever we know more about Kabul Nights with the Burncoat High School Orchestra. Well, thanks, Milad. It's been so good chatting, and we indeed hope to see you soon.
Yeah, likewise, and have a great time.
Thanks. See you.